Hello, this is Shedek15 with a new video on this channel, completely unscripted. And the thing is, I recently started working and I realized with the way I wanted to do things on this channel, it's not gonna work out. It's gonna be way too difficult to keep up with everything, to just like, for example, the Sonic 06 Let's Play, I kind of stopped recording videos for that, and I would say it's currently on a break. It's like a hiatus, and I am thinking about picking it up again sometime in the summer again, but for all the other videos, including like where I give movie reviews and where I talk about recent things like video game related things, especially now the Nintendo Direct that was recently presented. Those videos, I can't really do it. It's too much work, considering that I am working. I have a full-time job now, which is kind of a great announcement, but I talked about it in previous videos, so I'm not gonna go into that. But having that job and also trying to still keep up with the main channel, the Dojin Pixation channel, I'm trying to keep up everything, like still trying to make the next Odd Show installment, although I haven't really started on that one. But the good news is I recently uploaded Super Mario Odd Show 2 and also the Odd one. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Anyways, we'll censor that, I suppose. All this to say that I can't really continue making videos on this channel except for this kind of video. Like this video right here is sort of like an how do you say it again? Amalgamation? No, actually a combination, I would say. A combination of all those types of videos, except of course the Let's Play part. Like Let's Plays will still be there. There will be their own entity. I will continue making like Let's Play videos, or I should say like one video for one game, like present the game. I will still do that in the future, although right now I don't have any plans to make such videos. I am on a break as far as that is concerned. Now, here's the thing. Now, this video right here will actually combine I named it stuff, like everything that is related to video game news, and where I talk about it, discuss things like, for instance, the Nintendo Switch. I will actually talk about it in this video. I will also talk about video games that I'm currently playing in my own free time, and in this video I will talk briefly about Zelda Breath of the Wild. Not trying to give a review, but just talk about it, and we'll see how that goes. It's gonna be recorded right now in one take. I'm trying to keep this unscripted, like as real as possible. So it could go on for a while. I will try to shorten it in the future, but for now it's going to be I'm gonna let loose, really. And then the third segment of this video will focus on movies. So if you are interested in that, in hearing what I have to say about movies that I watch in the movie theater and such, then just stick around to the end of this video. I will talk about that, and maybe I will also talk briefly about anime, because I also watch anime in my free time, although I'm not sure if I'm we'll see. Maybe also TV shows, I don't know. Mostly movies, but maybe I will just briefly mention what I watch, although like in my free time and stuff. Like sort of like I've listened to podcasts before that like they talk about what they are currently watching, what they are currently enjoying on TV or in the movie theater. So I kind of want to do that. So let's see. I'll see if I feel like it. I will do that right away. So this video you could consider this video like sort of like a podcast. Because there's not going to be much action in the video itself. It's mostly just me talking. So if you want to hear my voice and my accent, so just feel free to listen to the whole video. It's mostly just about me talking. Anyways, so let's start off by saying, first of all, this Nintendo Direct that was recently When was it? Was it last week? It was on Wednesday, right? So yeah, I remember it was on Wednesday, and it was not in the middle of the night, like in our time. It was around midnight, and I had to go early to bed because of work and such. But I still haven't. I did watch the Nintendo Direct afterwards, but only the bits that were interesting to me, namely, Hey Pikmin, I think. Yeah, the name is Hey Pikmin, or Pikmin Hey. No, Hey Pikmin. For the 3DS, which I am sort of interested. I am interested. I'm also interested in Splatoon 2, the sequel to the original, which I did play, but not as much as I hoped to. I think there was also a lot of talk about ARMS, which is coming up for the Nintendo Switch, and not sure if I'm gonna get that one, but I am planning on getting the Switch on in May, like end of May, so that I can I think, when is Splatoon 2 releasing again? I did forget that, but it's coming out pretty soon. So my idea is to actually buy the Switch and then hopefully soon enough play Splatoon 2. And otherwise, the Nintendo Direct, I think it was much more of a smaller Direct. Not too many big announcements or anything, just things we already knew. And I think the big announcement will be made during E3 this year, which is also in a couple of months. So it's that I also will talk about that, I suppose. But as far as this Nintendo Direct is concerned, it was rather small, so nothing too overwhelming. So I'll just leave it at that. And I just want to talk now briefly about what I'm currently playing. And what I'm currently playing is two things, but I will just talk about one today. And what I'm currently playing, and I've played it now for a couple of weeks now, is Zelda Breath of the Wild. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That was the thing about that game. I wanted to buy it for the Switch. That was the original idea that I had. But one of my friends convinced me actually to buy the Wii U version, because the argument, it's actually you can argue, but why should I buy a new console and buy a new game, like pay so much if I can just get the game right away for the Wii U at a much lower price? Well, normally, of course, it's a much lower price because it's just one single game. I don't have to buy the console, but yeah, it was just that idea. Why buy? Because the console itself it's there. You can buy it now, but it's not yet finished. It's still its very early stages. So I do prefer waiting to get the console. All in all, everything like all factors considered, I decided to buy the Wii U version of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I've been playing it now for at least 20 hours, which is not much. If you consider my friends, they play a lot. I have one friend, he played the game like for more than almost like around 90 hours, and he did finish it. He did beat the final boss. Will not talk too much about what is in the game because I don't want to spoil it. But I've been playing it now for a while. I'm currently trying to be a little bit of a completionist, trying to get all the let's not say collectibles, but there are certain things you can try to find, and I'm trying to find all of them, but it's not easy because you can't just find them. Sometimes you need to do something special to get them. If you want to know, it's about the shrines. I'm trying to get all the shrines, but it's not easy. So I'm trying to really I really want to actually get a lot of hearts and a lot of stamina, because the game is pretty hard, and I haven't really advanced much in the story department because I am so focused on just exploring the whole thing, because this game is all about exploring, and I think it's amazing. The other thing that's a bit annoying to me is that with the weapons, I have sometimes a hard time keeping them because they're so brittle and they break so easily. I have a hard time, I had a hard time finding arrows, but then kind of realized that I just need to sell my stuff to get more rupees, and then buy those arrows, because you can actually buy arrows, and it took me a while to realize all that. So So right now I'm doing better right now in the game, and I'm hoping to advance much better now in the next couple of weeks, trying to do some bosses, and then hopefully one day in the next maybe 2 months try to face the final boss. Hopefully, we'll see. There's so much exploring to do. The game it's incredible. It has its flaws. I will admit that. It's actually my first Zelda game, by the way. Like, the first Zelda game I'm really committed to. Like, I've started playing Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, but I haven't really advanced that much, and we'll see. Anywho, that's it for the video games that I'm currently playing. There's another video game, like I said, I will talk about that next week. It's a compilation game for the PlayStation 4. I think you can already guess what it is. Anyway, so next topic, like the third topic, and it's now related to movies. Like, if you don't want to know about what movies I'm watching, you can just now close the video if you want. Anyway, so the movie that I've seen last week now was The Fate of the Furious, the latest movie in the also mega big franchise that is making so much money that it's kind of ridiculous. But you know what? I kind of like the franchise. I really grown to like the ridiculousness, the way those movies are, like over the top, like really but still really entertaining. And I think Fate of the Furious just sits there, just fits that overall image perfectly. It is probably the most over the top Fast and the Furious movie. I almost said game. It just is so much alike all the others, and in some instances during the movie I do think it's kind of getting too ridiculous, too much for its own good. And because of those reasons, it falls a little bit behind in my overall ranking of those movies. Currently, Furious 7 is my number 1, Fast 5 is second, but I think the third place goes to this movie, Fate of the Furious, or it is also called Fast and the Furious 8. It is on third place. It has some really good moments, but when it comes to those more emotional moments, character moments, I think it does not a good, like, it does a good job, but not as well as Fast 5 and Furious 7. I would even say that it's on par with Fast and the Furious 6, because that's the thing. For me, it's very important that movies really show character development. Like, you need to care about those characters in the movie, and I think Fast and the Furious does a pretty well job compared to movies like Transformers movies, which do a terrible job at that. So I think Fate of the Furious does sit well with all the other movies, and it's nowhere near a disappointment. It's not like the best one of them, of course, like I said, it's on third place, but I did like it, and I think I gave it a score of around, let me just check, I think I gave it like a 47 out of 60, which is a weird way for me to score it. Let's just say it's like a 4 out of 5, but barely. It would rather be a 3.5 if it had been any less good. But I did enjoy it. I do recommend you watch it. Now, if you're interested, I am also going to watch tonight at my home the first Spider-Man movie, the Sam Raimi movie, Spider-Man. Of course, for the, I don't know how many times I've seen that movie, but I kind of want to see it because, you know, there's Spider-Man Homecoming being released in a couple of months in July, and I kind of want to prep myself and watch all these previous Spider-Man movies, including, I think, Civil War, which does have Spider-Man in it. So I kind of want to see that too. Alright, I think I can just I can take up 1 minute just to talk about what I'm currently watching on TV. Well, not on TV, but home media. I'm currently watching Game of Thrones season 4, but I'm still like right in the middle there, watching episode 7 on Tuesday, I think. Anyways, and I'm currently also watching Marvel's Iron Fist on Netflix, which has been up until now kind of disappointing, very slow paced, and the fight sequences aren't really good. Like there were still some good moments, and I think it's enough for me to actually care about the characters. But it's really, really underwhelming, especially after shows like Jessica Jones and Daredevil. Luke Cage was very good in the beginning, but it got not so good towards the end. But I still like the show very much. This one is definitely on the lower extreme of the Netflix series. Like, it's not as good as the other ones. But I'm still going on. Apparently, the next couple of episodes that I'm going to watch are better, much better in terms of quality. So I think it's going to be okay. And if you want to know in terms of anime, if you want to know what I'm currently watching, if you are interested, I don't know. Currently still watching Dragon Ball Super because I kind of want to catch up. I'm currently at episode 25, so there's still a lot of catching up to do. Also watching Attack on Titan Season 2 because that show was amazing. The first season was amazing to watch, and I'm kind of interested to see how it goes on now with these new type of Titans, I suppose. It's gonna be interesting. Also watching currently Kill la Kill because it was recommended to me by a friend. Very, very psychedelic. But maybe not psychedelic, but it's kind of crazy, and I still like it. Also a little bit over the top. I recently finished watching Fuka, which is like a sequel to an older anime that I've watched many years ago called Suzuka, and I really did like that anime, and Fuka, I think, was on par. Really, I really did like that too. And I think next week I'll be continuing watching Konosuba Season 2. Forgot the full name of the anime, but I'm kind of gonna go ahead and watch that too. And that's it for the video, for the podcast. Thank you very much for listening rather than watching, because there's really not much going on the screen. We'll see if I can keep this up. Maybe this will become a weekly podcast. At least something is going to be on the channel, I suppose. And then hopefully I can do more Let's Plays. Like continue the Sonic 06 Let's Play, and then maybe play some other games. I kind of want to show off Breath of the Wild, but I will see. Maybe Actually, I could do that. Maybe I will record a little bit tomorrow and then put it on this channel next week, perhaps. Anyways, thanks again for listening, and I'll see you, or I'll talk to you next time. Alright, bye bye. I'll be back.